All right, perfect. You stream, sorry for the technical difficulties, but we're up and running now. So everybody give it up for yourself for being at Herbalife University. Nice. So here at Herbalife University is for the brand new coach, the seasoned coach, a brand new client, or a client that's been on a nutrition plan for a while. And our whole purpose and focus for Herbalife University is to give a new coach or a new client clear, basic steps to get them through their journey, or help them improve their journey or improve their results. Also to hear from our different teammates and people speaking on how they do the business, how they implement certain things. And also we implemented guests like a keynote speaker as far as the end of Herbalife University. So I'm really excited for that. So to start off, we always do our, who here has done a personal development today? Okay, nice. So for me, my personal development when I woke up today was, I would listen to Eric Thomas. So in this particular video, he was talking about, how he doesn't work necessarily for money. So the way I took it was, it's not necessarily you don't work for money because time is money. So whatever you put your time into, you should definitely be getting some kind of value out of that. But I took it as, are you working a job that you hate? Are you having a career or a job that's something you hate? Do you love waking up what you do? If you could do your job without money, would you? So for me, and that took me back to when I used to work for my middle school, right? Because I loved kids. I loved helping them out because I believed that there was a future. So I'm like, even like, no, the pay wasn't that great, I still go, I would volunteer because I just love kids. I love helping them out in their future. And also for Herbalife, like I love doing this business, right? And even though like my financial, like I'm not making the most amount of money as I could with Herbalife or et cetera, because I know that's coming eventually, but I love doing this. And I do it with a passion because I love helping people. I love getting results. And I'm never going to quit this business just because I know if I quit, then along my journey, someone I could have touched or somebody else's life I could have touched. So I just really realized that it's not, I don't really do this for the dollar amount or the dollar sign necessarily. I do it because I love this and I have a passion for it. So that was my personal development I did today. Does anybody else want to share their personal development they did? Yeah, I got you. Appreciate it. Everybody give it up for Alan.
Yeah. What up, Ustream? So personal development I did this morning was Zig Ziglar. I believe the video is called Attitude Makes All the Difference. And it's something I had watched before, but it's always good to go back and watch and pick up things that you missed. And he gives a story of a lady who had came to him for help and was just hated her job. She absolutely hated her job. She hated everything about her job. She was complaining. But one thing he says is that a lot of times when we're complaining, we're not actually looking for a solution. We're just, because if we find a solution, we won't have anything to complain about anymore. So that was deep to me because a lot of times if we just took a better look at our situation, it's really not that bad, and there's something that we could be grateful for. If like we're complaining about the car that we have to drive, well, there's people that don't have a car that they have to drive. There's people that have to walk, or they have to take the bike, or whatever the situation be. So you can always be grateful for whatever you are, wherever you are in your current situation. It is good to look forward to better, but be grateful for where you are.
Does anybody else want to share? Cool, no problem. So for number one, personal development for a new coach or a new speaker or a new person listening, personal development is just something, whether it's you're reading a book, you're listening to YouTube videos, it's just something to get you going, to get you at a peak state, to get you ready to take on whatever problems that might come your way, right? So that's very important as far as the Herbalife business because our philosophy is 100% mindset, 80% nutrition, and 20% fitness. So that 100% mindset is key as far as the way we strengthen our mindset is to do personal development. So Greg, just by chance, did you want to share your personal development today?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Greg. Really quick, my personal development was to just, how can I explain it? Understand where you're coming from, understand what your goals are, but at the same time living life. Understanding the difference between working hard and still having fun and being passionate about life. And being able to attract people into what you're doing, but still understanding your priorities. Because it's really easy when you have goals and you have ambitions and you're focused to forget about who you are. And to forget about the daily things that you need to do to take care of yourself because you're so focused on what you're doing in life and reaching your goal that you forget to take care of yourself. if you're not taking care of the foundation, even if you do achieve your goal, how are you going to look when you get there? So that was something that I really sat in this morning, wanted to share with you guys.
Appreciate it. All right, everybody, give it up for everybody to share. Nice. So here at Herbalife University, that was just our personal development section. And the reason why we start off with our personal development section is just because if a person didn't do their personal development this morning, okay, cool, no problem, stuff happens. But after everybody shares, they could take something from what everybody has shared. So at the end of the day, when you leave Herbalife University, or if you're watching it, you will have done your personal development just by the shares that happen, right? So I'm very fired up because we have some great speakers that's going to bring the essential steps to you guys. So here at Herbalife University, those steps that I went over to for either whether it's a new client or a new coach looking to improve their results or improve their business, we nailed it all down to 5 key steps. And for number 1 is starting a nutrition plan. Also packaging your story, number 2. Number 3 is mastering a wellness evaluation. Number 4 is building value in the purchase. And number 5 is inviting to the next events, right? So we have some great speakers that are about to come up here and kill it. So for number 1, who's going to be talking about starting a nutrition program. He's also going to be talking about packaging your story. Is this man? He has amazing results, right? He's been like a big brother to me. So ever since I came into the business, he's always definitely been kind of taking care of me. I learned so much from this guy. So he definitely is starting his nutrition plan to stick to it because he has amazing results. And I want to give it up for Alan.
What up, Ustream? What up, everybody? So my name is Alan. I've been a coach on the team for over 2 years now. When I first started, I wasn't really that excited about trying a new product. It was but my health coach explained to me the importance of nutrition, and he had gotten amazing results. So that's what I wanted. So I started my products. I literally went and cashed my entire check, and I got everything that I possibly could with that check. And in the first 2 months, I dropped 23 pounds and put on 13 pounds of lean mass. So that was really exciting. And then I was able to take it a step further. Now I'm down a total of 30 pounds, up a total of 20 pounds of lean mass. So you can always, in your Herbalife journey, as far as nutrition goes and as far as your results go, you can always decide where you want to be. So that's what I love about the nutrition plan. And I'm going to go into the very first one, which is starting your nutrition plan, right? So that's, as a coach or a client, that's the very first step. And it's actually very simple. I'll break it down this way. First, you want to know what it is that you want to achieve, right? So you want to know your goal. What does it look like? What is it? A certain amount of pounds that you want to drop or gain? Is it a certain dress that you want to fit into, or a certain way you want a shirt to fit? You have to really be able to tap into what it is that you want as a result. Maybe it's just energy. Maybe you just want to be able to get up and play with the kids. Maybe you want to go on you want to complete a 1 minute 1 mile without feeling like you're going to pass out. Whatever the case may be, it's up to you, and it's perfect. It's your goal, so it's perfect. But knowing your goal is going to be a big factor. The next is going to be knowing why you want that goal, why you want to achieve that goal. Your why is going to be the most powerful motivator that you can find. No external motivation, no personal development, no anything is going to motivate you more than why you drive for that goal. The last is going to be how, right? So the great thing about Herbalife is that when you start, you get a health coach, and the only thing that you pay for is the products. How insane is that? Like, the health coach is, for me, the most important, is one of the key parts, because they literally encourage you and motivate you and show you how you're going to go about your nutrition plan. And then they follow up with you, or we follow up with our clients to make sure that we're helping them get the best result possible. So breaking those 3 down and wrapping it around preparation and consistency, you're going to have amazing results, right? That leads me into the second part of what we do as health coaches. We're going to package our story. Right? So packaging your story is very important, because when you're out in the marketplace and you're sharing with other people, now you've decided as a health coach, like, I want to make an impact in my community, in my family, in the world, for a couple of friends, whatever it is for you. You want to be able to present to them what it is that we do as powerfully as possible. So the best way to do that is you getting a personal result, starting a nutrition plan, and then knowing how to package that so that it's very simple and understood and magical for the other person. So now you're just like simply just by you knowing your own story, you're like, hey, I lost 30 pounds and put on 20 pounds of lean mass. You can do it too. Like it can be literally as simple as that. And it's gonna be another big reason why you make a big impact. So a very simple way to break down your story is the bar method. Does anybody know what the bar method is?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's before Herbalife. What's the next one?
Action.
The action you took and the result, right? So it's before Herbalife, the action you took, and the result. So before Herbalife, in my story, I'll break it down. Before Herbalife, I was sluggish and I was almost 200 pounds. I'm 5'7", so that it didn't look good. The action I took was start my nutrition plan and stay consistent, right? The result was I dropped 30 pounds and I put on 20 pounds of lean mass, right? So it's going to weave into your story and your life anyway, and as seamlessly as that, just following those simple 3 steps of the bar method. So before Herbalife, the action you took, and the result. So next up we have Eileen, who is going to break down Mastering the Wellness Evaluation. She is somebody who came into this business, and I don't even know how she does with some things she does. Like, she told me how much she retails one time, and I was like, I gotta step my game up. So obviously her wellness evaluations are going very, very well, so I'm very, very happy that she gets to present this section. Give it up for Eileen.
Yeah! Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hi, everybody. My name is Eileen. I've been a part of this amazing community now for a little bit over a year. Before I got on my nutrition plan, I was very overweight, very unhealthy, had poor eating habits and no energy. I started my nutrition plan, stayed consistent to the plan and, without fluctuating and cheating. And I ended up losing 18% body fat. Yeah. Started at 35, I'm down like 17 now, so that's great. Increased my energy and I feel amazing. So I'm going to go into mastering the wellness evaluation, which is extremely important. And I think the first thing to do is an evaluation for your client. So it's very important that you listen very carefully and allow the client to speak. Normally when I get on the phone or when I'm face-to-face, I'll give them their numbers in terms of how much they weigh and what the body fat looks like and things of that nature. But most importantly, I like to listen to what they say, their lifestyle consists of. I ask questions like, what did you eat for breakfast? What did a day look like, yesterday in terms of what time did you wake up? What time did you have your breakfast? What different snacks are you eating? How do you go about eating through the day? I ask about their job, what type of work they do, if they have more than one job. I ask about their family, who's in the household, how many kids they have, the ages of the kids, and just really listening and writing down different things, not only things that have to do with their eating, but their lifestyle, period, because a lot of the things that are wrong have to do with the lifestyle that they're living. And I always tell my clients that, you didn't get this way overnight, so you're not gonna, get healthy overnight. It's a process, it's your journey, and I'm grateful that you have accepted me as a coach so that I can go on this journey with you. I let my clients know that I'm there for them, that they can call me, text me, because a lot of people have problems with friends and going out to eat and things of that nature. And I tell them, this is a lifestyle change. So it's not like you're going to say, you can't go out and eat. This is going to be for the rest of your life. We know that you're going to go out and eat. So you have to learn how to have a relationship with the waiter. How to ask the waiter, what do you cook that in? Well, I'm on a special diet. Can you not cook mine in that? Can you just grill mine? Or can you steam my vegetables? It's just a conversation that you have, with the waiter. So I tell them, don't feel like you can't talk to me and tell me that I'm going out to dinner with my family or whatnot. Call me and let me know I want to order this. And I will tell you, order this, but order it this way. So at least you are not, denying yourself to the time with your family, but you are basically making healthy choices, and also let them know as well that your family's watching you and that no matter what they see, what they themselves are doing, what they see you doing is what they in turn end up doing. So if they watch you order something a different way, and and you have just as much fun as them, or even if they're drinking or something, you have your tea, I mean, eventually you're a witness, so they will in turn do the things that you do quicker than they'll do what you say. So to me, a wellness evaluation is really about listening to the client and really being authentic in the relationship that you want to build. And for my personal development today, I listened to Og Magdino, who has the greatest salesman in the world. And today's lesson was about love and about greeting every day with love in your heart. And so as you listen to your clients and you do a wellness evaluation, if you think on things that have to do with love and you think about how much you love them, then you'll be authentic with the advice that you give to them, and it'll be consistent building of a relationship. And I find that that works really well for me, is that I'm always calling or texting or emailing just to, not necessarily to make another sale, but just to check up on my clients. How are you? How do you feel? And I'll do a special lunch pick, I might pick 10 names. Lunch pick, surprise. Send me a picture of your lunch. And, just so I can either thumbs up or say add this or add that. It's really about, after the wellness evaluations, building a relationship, and even during the wellness evaluations, building a relationship and making the client feel comfortable enough with you to open up and not be afraid to talk. So I'm going to go into building value into the purchase, which is extremely important. So after the wellness evaluation and hearing about all the different things that the client does and their lifestyle, stuff like that, you get to talk about this amazing product. And for me, and what this product has done for me, because I'm on my nutrition plan, is made me feel so amazing that when I talk about it, I'm just full of all this energy. And just, it brings hope and just is so much value in the product. And so just to transfer that over to the client and to let them know that you're going to learn now how to eat and how to start your nutrition plan, which is going to give your body all the recommended daily vitamins and minerals that your body needs to function at 100%. And that everybody needs to supplement, because of the way our food is grown and the way our animals are fed, we're all nutrient deficient. And so to be able to have a supplement such as Herbalife, which is the only cellular-based nutrition company in the world, is amazing, right? And, when you give them the breakdown of, because a lot of people will say, oh, well, does it cost? Or is this going to be something I have to do for the rest of my life? I mean, and then to give them the breakdown of what it costs a day, $1 and some change a day, or, $3 and some odd change a day. How can you eat completely 100% healthy and meet your daily recommended allowance for $3 a day? You can't even, there's no way you can do that. So you figure 2 meals a day, for a lean out plan at $6 for 2 meals. That's amazing, especially the fact that you're meeting your daily recommended allowance, and there's no other product in the world that will give you that type of results at that cost. So there's so much value in our products. Great.
All right, nice, perfect. So we had, everybody give it up for those two speakers.
Nice.
All right, nice. So for those who are just coming in, we just went over starting your nutrition plan, packaging your story as far as with the bar method. We went over mastering your wellness evaluation and building value in the purchase. So now we're about to go into our fifth step, which is invite to the next event. Now, what's so special about this dude is he stays very far from our nutrition club, but he's always here at least, I see him at least once or twice a week at either our fit camp. He's always a no matter what at STS. So he travels a long distance, and I really do appreciate him. He's about to come up and kill our fifth step, which is inviting to the next event. Everybody give it up for Eric.
How you guys doing? Coach E here. Thank you, Jacob, for that edification. You're right. One thing you just touched on was STS and coming down to events. Why that is important, not just to me, but to anyone that is trying to take on this lifestyle is, well, first off, for me, you want to be a part of community, right? You want to be a part of community that is doing what you're doing. because outside of this community, everybody else is doing something different. Whether it's like fast food, whether it's just going home and sitting on the couch watching TV. You want to get outside of that. That's why we're calling. We get uncomfortable. So plugging into an event is very important because you're not just going to get information. You're also going to be surrounding yourself around people that have this belief that you do. I mean, there's nothing better than have somebody with you that believes on the same thing you do, and that they believe in your goal and you believe in their goals as to a healthier, happy lifestyle. I mean, that's what it's really coming down. So plugging into an event, coming down into Fit Camp, coming down to training that we do here at the Nutrition Club, or even coming into a STS. Now, an STS is great because now you're not just getting a certain amount of people. Now you're like, that's like times 10. I mean, and what happened to me was my first STS was mind-blowing because now I'm not just getting information from people that are in my community. Now I'm getting people that are like nationwide. So I get to relate with people that are in the East Coast, that are in the South, that are in the North, that I get to, that have gone through their own transitions, and that now they're sharing with everybody. And I get to relate with them on a different, like, oh my God, that's what happened to me. And they're on the other side of the world. Like, that is crazy how this nutrition has just been, not just been a part of our community, but it's going worldwide. So plugging into an STS to me was crazy because my STS, the guest speakers, they came from Texas. It was a couple. And that to me related to me so much because I'm a very family-oriented, person. And that's why I love my community, because my community is a very family-oriented community where we help each other. You can't, my car broke down, Alan's going to come pick me up, because I know that, because I know Alan has my back. So coming into a community, coming into STS is knowing that we're all going to have each other's back, because we're all out there for other greatness, like for each other's greatness. And so really plugging into an event is very important, not just for information, but to also be a part of a community where we're all striving for greatness. So I'll give it back to Jacob right here. And if there's any other questions, please plug into Ustream or plug into with your coach or with your community, and ask these questions. Ask these questions about STS, about HOE that's coming up. Your HOM. Fit Camp. Training. So come in and plug in.
Nice. All right. Hey, great job, Eric. Great job. Appreciate it. All right, cool. So, definitely. So, what's about to happen is something we just recently added to Herbalife University. I think we've been doing it for about 2 or 3 weeks now. And the reason why we added this section, which is like a keynote speaker, and the reason why we added this section is just because we kind of want to get more in depth to how what people are doing on the outside of these 5 steps, right? So we really want to, we picked a speaker, we gave them a topic, we gave them a certain amount of time to really just go free range on, what it is they have about their business, what's going on in their life, and really just to pick a topic and kind of go free range on it. And I'm so pumped up and excited for this next speaker that's about to come up, because ever since I started the business, I remember him doing the buddy line, right? And he did the buddy line, he was doing like high value. And every time I asked him for any type of information, whether it's advice on clients, about results, I remember him and his cousin actually told me about my first ab workouts. And but he's just always open for advice. He's very, very wise. He has the name OMG, which is for Old Man Greg. And he really has a lot of knowledge and wisdom. So I'm going to go ahead and everybody give it up for my boy Greg. OMG.
I'm over here walking like OMG today. What's going on, everybody? My name is Greg, like Jacob said. Really quick, my story. I started my nutrition plan a year and a half ago. I lost 41 pounds in 4 months. I took my body fat from 15% to 6%, which was pretty dope. So give it up for that.
Yeah!
And I've been able to work out, live life under 10% body fat, which is amazing. Now, that's my story. Now, what I'm going to talk about today, so especially on Ustream, I know we have some coaches here, but imagine like you just signed up and you're a new coach and you're wondering, okay, how do I do this? Now, obviously, we went through these 5 steps, which are key into building your business, but at the same time, I'm going to share what what I did, because I have to go back in this sense to how it was for me being a senior consultant, a qualified producer, moving up to a supervisor, and live in that moment to help my team move up into where they're growing now. So I'm going to take the next 10, 15 minutes and just let you guys know I got some cards out here, and I want you guys to know, like, this is my journey. Take what you want from it, you guys on Ustream too, and filter out what you don't like and what you don't want, because that's no problem. And I'm extremely humble and honored to be up here and to share what I share with you guys today. So I first want to get into understanding the business and how moving through promotions within marketing plan, and how I sit down or a Zoom call with my team and let them know what to expect and how things work. Because, you know, we see Herbalife, an amazing company, and honestly, everybody that starts that feels great, they want to become a health coach. But it's like, on what level do you want to be a health coach? Because there's different levels in health coaching. Being a health coach, being a fan, or, you know, being a business builder. And understanding that you're going to get no's and you're going to get punches and circumstances are going to happen throughout your journey. That's what makes your journey your journey. But ultimately, what I tell my team is, you want to plant seeds all the way through supervisor. And this, what we're talking about now is getting up into supervisor. And planting seeds throughout supervisor. So imagine you get your first promotion, which is great, senior consultant. For those of you on Ustream that haven't really hit that yet, just imagine 1 calendar month from the beginning of August to the end of August, 500 volume points. And that gets you your first promotion, which is senior consultant. What a lot of people tend to do once we get to senior consultant is, yes, we celebrate and we take it in and we stop. When we're thinking about the promotion that we're in and not the goal that we're reaching towards. And so this is where I really have that talk with my team. It's like, okay, we're at senior consultant, but let's keep going, because we want to plant seeds through qualified producer into supervisor. And within planting seeds, they understand that the no's now will evolve into yeses later on throughout their journey. So when they hear a no, they already expect it. They know it's just, that's an investment. That seed is going to take a little longer to plant, to grow, to blossom. And then achieving goals with your team. Now, this is something I had to go back to, because I remember my mentor was actually here today, Ali. You know, he showed me the marketing plan and what I had to do. And it's like, okay, cool, got it. And if I had questions, I knew he was always there for me. And that's how I did the business. But that's not how my team is doing the business. Everybody's different. And so understanding how people work, how your team works. And the only way you're really going to understand people is when you're building those relationships with them. Some people, you tell them one time, they get it, they got it, they're on 2 years later, their president's team. Other people, they're going to need your help. And, you know, depending on the level that they're working, that the effort that they're giving, you know, you offer that help. You help them. And so I've heard so many people say, oh man, being a health coach is so great, I'll sign up again and I'll go through the marketing plan again. Well, guess what? When you're helping your team, you now have that opportunity to go through those stages of the marketing plan again with them. And this time you're not doing it by yourself, you're bringing people with you. And then holding your people to a standard. And when I say, I like to say your people, because that could be your clients, that could be your coaches, that could be your friends, that could be you. But essentially, that you want to have a standard for people that you're bringing into your business, whether it's clients or coaches. And I share this with my senior consultants, because we're so eager, we're so happy to go out and help the world, that sometimes we're doing our business a disservice by allowing people into our business. Mm-hmm. And so when you hold your team, your business to a standard, you hold yourself to a standard, you already know what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept, so you're not going to waste your time in the process. And I tell them, and I make this clear, like I said, you know, you guys are able to filter out what you do like, want to take in, what you don't. But being a health coach, we want to change the world. That's our mission. But we also have to understand that the world doesn't want to be changed. So it's our mission to find the people that want it. And being clear and setting that from the get-go is now giving them the confidence to work as a health coach that knows what they're looking for in their business. And then that's understanding the business. Now, this is, next step is referring to your particular journey. And I started off with this because it's so easy to look left and right. And I said, no two member ID numbers are the same. And it's so easy to look left and see, oh, they're doing X amount of volume, they hit their cut this week, or they're doing this and they're doing that. The more that you're looking to the left and to the right, you're not taking care of yourself and your business. You're not looking at your clients. You're not worrying about your team and what they're doing, because you're so busy worrying about what other people are doing. You know, it's cool to, oh, Jake, good job. Ali, good job. That was dope. But at the same time, let's focus on our goals and what we're doing. Because we're spending time here when we could be spending time with our clients. And your journey, there's circumstances that are going to happen throughout your journey. And it's not the circumstance that happens, or it's not the circumstance that happens for your people that are in your business, clients, or coaches, but it's how you respond to the circumstance. It's how they respond to the circumstance. And we hear this all the time, especially here in our nutrition center, where there's like, there's 3% and there's a 97. And the 3% had the same circumstances that the 97 did. The only difference is that they didn't allow that to stop them. And I have some coaches on my team with some crazy stories. And like I tell them, it's like, look, I understand if you want to take your time, but at the same time, by you not quitting, that makes your story even more powerful. Mm-hmm. I talked to a lot of people and they said, Greg, you're doing a triathlon? I'm like, yes. Kind of jacked up now, but that's a different story. And it's like, but don't you have a bad knee? I'm like, yes. Like, oh, how are you going to do that? Why are you going to do that? I said, that makes my story that much better. And they're like, but that's what it is. You use your circumstances, you use your excuses. There's another one. Your excuses should be the reason why you grind. When you talk about people, oh, my children this, oh, I can't do this, or my health this. Those are the reasons why you should be here. You're not making enough money. Those are the reasons why you should be on Newstream. Those are the reasons why you should be here. Those are the reasons why you should be at STS. If this is what you want to do as a health coach, or understanding the level that you want to do this business in. And this next one is really key because I think this applies to everybody. And this is still, once again, in your journey, but it's understanding busy work versus grind work. And having 3 priorities. And I share this with my team a lot because, the more you share something with somebody, the more they hear it, the more it's like implanted in their brain, in their system. Like focusing on 3 priorities with the business. Invites, follow-ups, and wellness evaluations. Invites, follow-ups, and wellness evaluations. Invites, follow-ups, and wellness evaluations. Because what's happening is the more you do those 3 things, the better you're getting at them. The better you're getting at them, the more people you're bringing into your business. The more people you're bringing into your businesses, the more confident you feel about what you're doing. The more confident you feel about what you're doing, the more attractive you are when you're going out there in the marketplace and you're talking to people. And it's a full cycle, but when you focus in on those key things, it's like, okay, these things are what's going to help my business grow. Now, don't get me wrong. There is some busy work that is going to help your business grow, but not at the same time as focusing on those 3 priorities. Me personally now, most of my pictures that I post on social media are already filtered, already captioned the night before I go to sleep. Because I know this, I'll get caught up in Instagram and scrolling. Next thing I know, it's been like 10 minutes. And then what happens after 10 minutes? You press that home button, you go back up, there's 10 minutes worth of new pictures. So I went in my head and I said, okay, well, let me take care of this now, right before I go to bed, because now I know the next day all I have to do is paste it, hashtag it, and it's out there. Now it's attracting, but I'm still focused on invites, follow-ups, wellness evaluations. Invites, follow-ups, and wellness evaluations. Because that's what's going to help your business grow, that's going to help your business build. And at the same time, this is going to roll into section 4. It's a story of a CEO in 28 minutes. I think this is pretty dope. And this goes back into busy work versus the grind. When we vision a CEO, we're thinking, man, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're traveling, they're in all these types of meetings, they're taking these different phone calls. Well, according to Darren Hardy, crazy personal development speaker, travels the world, he did some research and he said the average CEO for your Fortune 500 company is actually doing 28 minutes of work a day. But when you talk to their assistant, oh, he's somewhere busy. And that's the difference between busy work and grind work. So when you think of a CEO of Fortune 500 CEO of a Fortune 500 company, and he's only spending 28 minutes out of the 8 hours that he's at work, that's actually the money that's being made, the things that are happening. And so what I did and what Darren talked about was, now imagine if you time yourself. So if you're focusing on invites, follow-ups, and wellness evaluations, how much time are you spending on those throughout the day? Like just legitimately those. Not texting, phone in the pocket, like really working on those. And if you ever were to time yourself, you're like, man, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Now like, man, I'm not spending that much time. Now what if you clock yourself, start a timer, put your phone in your pocket, and you said, for an hour, I'm going to do this. Now just imagine if you're used to doing 20 minutes, and you go and you say, I'm doing an hour of wellness evaluations. Where are they coming from? I don't know, but I'm going to make them happen. I'm doing an hour of follow-ups. Who am I following up with people? I don't know. I'm going to make it happen. Old clients, new clients, coaches, old coaches, new coaches, all those different people. But what happens is you're getting so much work done that it's so much more than the 20 minutes that you spent before. And so now you're focusing in on the work that you're doing. And what's crazy about it is you spend an hour a day actually grinding. You're going to feel so much better about yourself. So now when you're out there, like, I got this work done, go talk to some people. Because it's just easier. And the last thing that I share with my coaches, personal development. And how key personal development is, not just for your business and the stability of your business, but for your mind. Because your business is only going to grow as much as your mind does. And I'm sharing this with everybody because I've fallen in love with this book. It's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. And the things that he talks about in this book, now keep in mind, this book, Napoleon Hill was from the early 1900s. But his vision and what he talks about and what he's doing and like the conversation that he has in this book with the quote-unquote devil is so powerful. I recommend everybody like listen to it. If it's on YouTube, you can hear it there for free or go out and get the book. But he's talking about the things that that's happening now in life that we're going through in our society back from the 1920s. And he saw all of this coming. Before cigarettes were popular, he see how it was destroying people's lives and their hearts now. And I think that that's really powerful. But in this book and where I'm at right now, he talks about his other self. And the other self being your instinct. And so he really briefly shared this story about he got to a point where his back was against the wall. And he saw that his family was looking, like his kids were looking across the street at the other family, and they had a Christmas tree because they had the Christmas tree and the gifts. And he's like, what type of man am I? You know, my family is looking across the street at what the other family's doing. I can't support for them. So for him, it's like he had his back against the wall, so he had nowhere to go but up. And he said he got this urge, which he called his other self. It's like, go to Philadelphia. He really didn't know why. It's like, ask your brother-in-law for $50. $50 back in 1920, 1930 was a lot of money. He's like, trusting his instinct, he asked him for $50. He gave him $100. He went to Philadelphia. The instinct said, stay at this hotel. He stayed at that hotel. Could have stayed at a motel. He stayed at one of the most expensive hotels. On his last day, because his instinct his other self told him, somebody in Philadelphia is going to give you $25,000 to pursue this, your goal that you're doing as far as publishing a book. The last day, out of money, out of talking to him, he said, hundreds of people, it happened. And so imagine, like, when you're trusting your instinct, and we all have it, like, man, I should have talked to that person. I should have talked to this person. And what that does is it's de-edifying what you're doing. It's de-edifying the value that you're bringing to life when you're not trusting your instinct. And so now when you're listening to your other self and you're going out and you're not worried about the fear, you're just doing it because something inside you is telling you to do it, you feel so much better about yourself, even if it is a no. Because you're like, man, I did it. You know, you get that feeling. So even if it's a no, you're still reinforcing the positives of what you want and what you're attracting, and now your attraction of what you're looking for is totally different. You guys still with me?
Yes.
Yeah. And this last thing is like really crucial, so I saved it for last because I'm about to drop the mic. No, I'm just playing. But it's the law of compensation. And this is also in Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Now, the law of compensation says, if you want to increase how much you earn, you have to increase the value of your contribution. And we always talk about contribution here. Do this, do that, help out with this. You know, we get the inventory with the shakes. Contribution, 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 contribution. But you notice, I'll repeat this again, I'll see if you guys picked it up. If you want to increase how much you earn, you have to increase the value of your contribution. If you want to increase how much you earn, you have to increase the value of your contribution. Now, this is key. They're not saying you have to contribute more. You have to increase the value of your contribution. And this goes back to me, and I'll keep it real, my cousin Ali. Because I felt like there was a point in time when we just moved here into Invictus Nutrition, I felt like I was doing a lot. And I felt like there was a lot of pressure on me because we were doing the slides and all of this, and if I messed up, everybody's head was turning around like, oh my gosh. And it like put me in a position where I was like, I'm contributing, and it had me stressing about my business. But I had a powerful conversation with my cousin. And he's like, you have to change the way you look at it. You have to change your mindset. And so now I see, like, when I do contribute, I'm doing it because I want to, because I see what it's doing for myself as a person, not because I feel obligated to do it. And now because I'm having more value and contributing, I notice it turning around in my life and in my business as well. It's not how much I'm contributing, it's my mindset when I am contributing. Like if I'm sweeping these floors and you can do like a halfway job, but like, oh, I contributed. Like, man, I'm gonna sweep these floors better than I sweep the floors in my house. It's all about the value. And just like we talked about, the value you bring to everything is the value you're going to get from anything. And so this is like, I was so excited, so pumped to share this with you guys because this is like me in my mind and how I've been talking to my team. And I see what it's doing for my team. And I'm like, it's changed my relationship with my team. I've already known a lot of them beforehand, and a lot of people were new at the same time. But it's like now we can have this closer bond because they see me as this mentor, and I'm showing up as that mentor. And I used to think like, okay, well, this is how you get to senior consultant. This is how you get to qualified producer. This is how you get to supervisor. And I would check in, like, okay, how you doing? But little did I know, like when I'm checking in, like, oh yeah, I'm cool. But you know, what is really cool? Because now they don't feel confident in going out and sharing it because I wasn't there with them on every step of the way, showing them how to do this. And I expected them to show up. I expected them to do different things. And it's like, well, if I wasn't showing up for them, how am I going to expect them to show up for themselves when I'm the one that introduced them to this opportunity? So I'm done. I'm done. If you guys have any questions, I have like a minute or two left. I'd love to answer.
I just want to give round of applause.
I'm going to hand it back to our MC. He's going to take it over, wrap us up. Give it back to Jacob.
Woo! I hope y'all guys got some good stuff. I hope, because I know I got some great stuff. Like, I really like have like a book full of notes. But just kind of go over a few things that I'm really taking on. Was definitely trust your instinct, which is very powerful. The busy work versus the grind. To not be distracted, because even though like you do have that attention to really get some work done, sometimes for me personally, I do get distracted. Your excuses should be the reason why you grind so hard. Man, it was like some real good stuff. And another key thing, what I really love is no two members have the same IDs, which is very powerful. And then just holding people accountable, having standards, like there's so much. So I was really good. So everybody give it up for Greg one more time. All right, nice. So that's pretty much it for Herbalife University. Anybody has anything they want to say or suggest? Push up. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for Ustream for logging in. And we will be with you next Thursday. Hopefully we'll have a surprise. I'm still trying to get everything in order with that. So be very in tune to the page, and I'll be updating you guys on that soon. So everybody come to the front. Please. Thank you. Is everybody good? Guest speaker? Guest speaker, OMG. Everybody good? All right, Ustream, thank you guys on behalf of Herbalife University and everybody. We will see you guys next Thursday, same time. Love you guys. We out.
Very good.
You killed it.